Hi, I thought I would go over some of the homework questions with you because a few of you had some difficulty. So let's just run through these. So the first one, these are parallel lines. The thing about the slope of a straight line is it is constant. So the best answer here is the slope of line 1 is negative. It's not, neither line is the slope decreasing. It's constant. Negative, but it's constant. All right. Next one here. None of the above is the correct answer. Some people said, again, the slope of line 1 is decreasing. It is not. It is constant. It's negative, but constant. So get those ideas down. Okay, pretty good here. 74% got this right. The opportunity cost of 30 more units of y. So starting from D, where you have 90 units of y, the opportunity cost of 30 more, that means you're going to add on 30y. What are you sacrificing? That's what opportunity cost is all about. And it looks like you're going to sacrifice 2 x's to get those 30y. Okay, this one, only 50% got this right. Same idea as the last question. The opportunity cost of the 5th unit of x. So the 5th unit, that implies you're going from 4 to 5. So the question is, okay, how much y are you sacrificing to get that 5th unit of x? And the answer is 20y. So many of you said 90 units of y. That's what you ended up with. But opportunity cost is what you sacrifice to get there. All right, about half of you got this one right. The opportunity cost of the 6th unit of y, okay, looks like it's going to be, of x, looks like it's going to be 40y. That wasn't one of the answers. But A says it is greater than the opportunity cost of the 3rd unit of x. That is true. This bowed out production possibilities frontier means there is increasing opportunity cost. To get more x, you give up more y on the margin. You also have increasing opportunity cost of y. To get more y, you give up more x. All right. Let's see. The PPF rotates out such that the new intercepts are A and E. So it was FE, then it goes to AE, and you have to. It's all about the opportunity cost of capital goods. And let's see. We're going from FE to AE, right? Okay. So the slope, as you recall, gives you the opportunity cost of the y good in terms of x. So the first thing I would note here is that, okay, as you go from here to here, the slope is more negative now. That means the opportunity cost of consumer goods has risen. That necessarily implies that the opportunity cost of capital goods has fallen. Another way to think about that. Imagine we start at point E, and we want to get 550 capital goods. Okay, so initially the opportunity cost, let's see, we went from F, okay, initially it was FA, so you lose this many consumer goods from E all the way down to 1100. Once it rotates out, you don't lose as much. To get 550 capital goods, you now sacrifice fewer consumer goods, so the opportunity cost of capital has fallen. So you want to get comfortable with this idea of opportunity cost and how it works. What might cost the PPF to rotate out? We need to get more output from our resources, and so technological advances would do the trick. Okay, 31% got this right. So I can't expand this. What might cause us to fall to point G? Notice that the PPF didn't shift in. We're falling inside of it. And so unemployment of labor is a good answer. That's precisely how you could fall inside. You've got the resources, you're just not employing them. These other things, well, the earthquake would shift the curve in. A fall in demand for consumer goods, that's not going to make you fall inside. That would, if anything, that would move you along the PPF toward or away from consumer goods if there's a fall in demand. But that wouldn't shift the curve. It's certainly possible to be at point G, you're just not producing efficiently. Okay, for this one, 68% got it right. The slope is -6. I think you should graph that out. And you have to go through the answers And the only one that is consistent is this one. If x falls by 2, y increases by 12. Let's see. So this one, after tracking thousands of babies over time... No problem. Sorry. People going by my office. After tracking thousands of babies over time, a study finds that babies that drink bottled water have better health outcomes than those that drink tap water. This means, okay, so you might want to go for bottled water is healthier for babies than tap water, but correlation is not causation. We can't really say that for sure. In particular, bottled water is probably more expensive, or it is more expensive than tap water, and so families that are willing to pay for bottled water tend to be higher income families, and they're probably going to have better health outcomes for their babies. So it may not be anything about the water. It may be there's a third variable, in this case the wealth of the family, that is driving that relationship. Correlation is not causation. This one looks good. Economic resources, money is not an economic resource. This one looks pretty good. We assume farmers are maximizing profits. That's not a moral statement. It's just what's going to happen. Very good. Economics is the study of choice in the face of scarcity. All right, there are lots of problems here about the Farmer Brian. I urge you to look at the worksheet that we had, the cows and corn worksheet. You have the answers to that worksheet, and that illustrates the logic. I may try to come back and explain that more. It's too difficult to do without a graphing tool, so I'm going to skip these for now, and maybe I'll come back and do something else on those. Okay, so this one is a little tricky. Your marginal benefit for water is marginal benefit equals 10 minus x, where x is the number of water you drink. So we have diminishing marginal benefit here. The more water you drink, the less you care about it, the marginal benefit declines. All right, we're also told that the ice water costs $1 per bottle. All right, so you want to employ the logic that if the marginal benefit exceeds the marginal cost, you buy it. So the reason 9 is the answer is because the marginal cost here is constant at $1. And then you want to compare the marginal benefit, which falls from 9 to 8 to 7 to 6 to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 9 bottles, the marginal benefit is exactly equal to the marginal cost. That is why this is the right answer. If you chose, I'm guessing, 5 as the answer, you are comparing the marginal benefit, which is falling from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, to the total cost. The total cost of 5 bottles of water is $5, but you want to compare the marginal benefit to the marginal cost. So that's why 5 is the answer that you might fall for that is not correct. All right, as I already mentioned, this production possibilities frontier has increasing opportunity costs for both goods. As you get more Y, you sacrifice more and more X. So that's that answer. Normative means it's an opinion, a value judgment. So it's too hot to go outside. That's clearly a normative statement. This one got you. You're willing to pay $15 to see a movie that comes with a free bag of popcorn. It's also true that you're willing to pay $3 for a bag of popcorn alone. Assume the actual cost of the movie is $10 and the popcorn's $4. What should you do? The correct answer was go to the movie but not buy popcorn. Why is that the correct answer? Because we should again use marginal analysis. The popcorn is only worth $3 to you and it costs you $4. You do not want to buy it if you can avoid it. Even though, if you had to buy them both, you would still do it. That is, going to the movie is $15 with the popcorn, actually it's $14, and it's worth $15 to you. If you could avoid the popcorn, you'd want to. So another way to think about it, imagine I could get a milkshake, and the milkshake, the cost is $3 to me. The value to the milkshake is $5 to me. So I'd want to do it. Okay. Another option would be you get the milkshake, and you also get, for an extra $1, a plate of worms. Worms, I don't want to eat the worms. So should I buy the worms? Should I buy the milkshake with the worms for $4? It's still worth $5 to me because I can throw away the worms and still have the milkshake. But clearly, I wouldn't want to do it. I prefer to buy just the milkshake and avoid the cost of the worms. Same logic applies here. All right. So marginal analysis once again. Okay, and this one, the curve rotates out. The question is, where should society move to? And the answer is, we don't know where society should move to. All of the points along the PPF are efficient in a productive sense, but we know nothing about what society wants from this information. This just tells us the potential choices. All right, I hope that helped. Please ask questions online, and your classmates and I will try to help you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now I got to turn this guy off somehow. There we are.